I like, click, subscribe, do all that. You're on the top of this is Netflix time. This movie's called Voiceless. A bright and promising young girl gets abducted and taken to a terrorist camp, where she unexpectedly crosses paths with her soulmate. It's one of those Nollywood films that came out last year. It's about 2 hours long. I'm here to tell you right now, this movie is not for the weak at heart. Spoiler alert, let's just get it. Right, the bay, you got niggas shooting at niggas. They're shooting at other military heads, I guess. Think of this guy named Goni and his brother Musa. They about to hurry up and do something. Then all of a sudden, these renegades come out of nowhere just shooting guns. They like the whole village just shooting and everything like that. I don't know why they keep shooting in the air. It's just a waste of ammunition, nigga. Well, anyway, Gon and Musa go to do some work. They go to build stuff, not really sure what they're building. Then the mercenaries come through the spot, start murking niggas. Musa tries to run down the back, he gets done, deal deaded. Gon's like, what the fuck? But they don't shoot everybody inside the building, they need him for something. So Gon gets captured with the rest of the crew. Meanwhile, another village, we got this happy couple. We got their daughter named Salma, and on the left is her best friend Dahlia. They teach other people about schooling and stuff like that, learning math, science, and all that. And mom comes through like, man, you ain't got time for all that. You gotta get the water and supplies and bring it back to the house. You gotta do women's work. And so that's what they do. Now, I'm not in that old school mentality at all. I'm just saying that's how it's portrayed in the movie. Anyway, we got the squad going back to their territory. This dude named Baba always pulling out the guns like he ready to go do something, but they end up putting everybody to work, including Gon and Buta. Gon obviously still grieving over the death of his brother. Meanwhile, we got Salma and the girls in school, and she's at the top of her class. The teacher wants to give her a presentation tomorrow, and she agrees to the speech. Meanwhile, the High Chief and Commander in the presence, he talked to a squad about taking back land and being well respected. Later on, we see Salma getting help from her dad about schoolwork. He's a very happy man, proud of his daughter. Back at the camp, Buddha knew he's got to be of some use, so otherwise they just gonna kill him. So he wants to join the squad and help him kill niggas. They get him a rifle and say, alright, you rockin' with us. Next day, we got schooling, and Salma's ready to give her a speech. Then all of a sudden, one of the teachers gets shot. Here come Baba and the rest of the fools causing mayhem. They end up rounding up most of the girls and taking her back to the hideout. All Salma had to do was keep her head down, pretend like she was still dead, which her father was telling her to do, but she ain't listen. And she ends up getting kidnapped with the rest of the people. Mostly because she saw her friend Dahlia getting kidnapped. They brought them back to their hideout. Commander Ruzu comes in and gives a speech. And basically they take a certain amount of girls and do whatever they want with them. Yeah, it's all the way fucked up. Meanwhile, the Nigerian army was just sitting chilling while all this was taking place. What the fuck were they doing when the people's kids was getting kidnapped? I wouldn't even trust them to do shit. Like, man, give me your guns. We go out there and get them. Now they got all these girls in certain robes. They give them, like, rice to eat. Salma's the only girl trying to figure out a way to get all these girls out there safety. She ends up talking back to Baba, and he ends up slapping her. And unfortunately, that's mild compared to what's happening to these girls. They're basically taking certain ones in tents and just raping them, molesting them, doing anything they want to them. This is fucked up. Patan tries to talk to one of the guards, Lamido, but he's like, he ain't having none of that shit. One of the girls is messed up pretty badly. One of the girls tries to get Gon to help, but he's like, look, they'll kill me for even talking to you. And then these other niggas at it again. I'm telling you, sick. Salma's trying to stop all this stuff, but Batu is like, come on, man, you know they're going to mess around and kill you and kill me if I get involved. Meanwhile, Salma's dad's trying to rile up the troops, so like, come on, man, we got to do something about this. But everybody's either too scared to go or they don't know the location of the territory. Meanwhile, Salma's got a friend back. She's trying to tell her everything's will be alright, but it's like, come on, let's be serious. Then Gon and Batan are trying to find some way to make sure one of them escapes. So as a distraction, he cuts a hole in the fence. But when he's done, the guard Lamido wakes up like, nigga, you ain't stupid. Get your motherfucking ass back over here. Meanwhile, Salma's dad is so frustrated he can't get nobody to rile up. Other guys sharing his pain. In this scene, we thought Dahlia got away, because Bhutan was the decoy to make sure that she got out, but they was following close behind and they ended up catching her. And basically the penalty for escaping is death. So they buried her in the sand with just her head showing as the rest of the crew start throwing rocks at her, yo. Damn, that shit is brutal. Then she finds out her homegirl dead. It's like, man, we gotta get up out of here. She's like, man, you just saw what happened to your homegirl, man. We ain't going to. How the hell are we gonna get out of here? Then all of a sudden, rival hunters come out of nowhere and start shooting at the territory. And they use this chance to get a bunch of girls to escape through the fence. After they finish off them niggas by launching a bunch of RPGs, they gathered up all the girls to make sure that they all there. But the mercenaries didn't realize some of them did escape. So now at this point, Bhutan and Gon know that they want to kill Salma, because she's been a problem to them as of late. So Bhutan gets this idea to talk to the commander, and he wants to marry out Salma so she can legitimately be part of the crew. Now the thing is, Gon and Salma really love each other, but the thing is, the commander marries Salma off to Bhutan. Not what they wanted, but it'll keep her alive longer. But later on, Salma goes over to the girl's hut, and she's still trying to find a way to get them to some way to escape. Meanwhile, the other girls that did escape finally make it back to their village. Now they're all just happy to be back. Now I'm thinking to myself, didn't one of these girls tell them where the territory is? Couldn't the military got the people together to go for a search and rescue? Apparently the girls that got rescued didn't tell them shit, because they're still over there waiting to be rescued. Now, unless their village is either weak as fuck, or they don't have enough people in the military to even stop these mercenary groups, or they're just some straight up bitches. Anyway, Baba caught Salma trying to round up the girls again. And Batan was like, look, I'll take responsibility for her. I'll punish her. Baba ain't trying to hear that shit, but nevertheless, they go to the commander. Gon's pissed off at Batan because it's like, yo, I was supposed to marry her. Why do you got you marrying? He's like, look, man, I had no choice. That's what they assigned me to. He said, look, at least I did something about it. You acting like a fucking coward just sitting here just waiting to die. Which on all accounts, he's kind of right. So Salma disguises herself as as one of the cooks so she could talk to the commander and get some info. Not really much of a disguise. I mean, all she did was put a head wrap over her face. I mean, she still got the same getup on. Well, anyway, she finds out what the commander is really like. He hates the fact that girls are going to school, learning and whatnot, and not doing their quote-unquote womanly duties. He's trying to take back more land and more control, and basically he just had enough of her speaking. But she learned all she needed to from him. She knows he's a tyrant, and his actions of late are far from forgivable. And bottom line, he's never gonna let them free. Nevertheless, she tries to escape again, but she says, I'm not going nowhere without all my peoples. But Gon's like, fuck all that shit, you gotta go, get up out of here. But she didn't learn anything from her friend, because they ended up catching her again. But this time, because she's Batun's wife, he's like, make sure you keep an eye on her and punish her yourself. But Baba believes this whole thing is a farce. Bottom line, he knows Gom and Salma were the really ones that wanted to be married to each other. Later on, Baba apologizes to the commander for pulling a gun on him. He says he was just frustrated and he didn't want to be humiliated if a girl escaped the camp. That'll make us look weak in a position of power. And we're already trying to take back the territories that we lost. Commander's like, it's all gravy, don't even worry about that shit. Then Gom and Salma are just chilling in a bed together. Then about 10 whole months go by, and yes, they're still captured. But Dad hasn't given up hope yet. Meanwhile, Salma's having Gom's baby, and he ends up having a girl. Meanwhile, Baba's talking to his boys. He's like, fuck that, we taking back our land, we taking over, the commander too soft. Bottom line, all y'all niggas rolling with me. If anybody not with me, they against me. So now they know the camp is getting tense, niggas start to shooting, and they fighting with Baba's boys against the commander's boys. And if Baba's victorious, these niggas is dying for sure. During the shootout, this one girl gets killed. It's just an all-out war at this point. He gets more people free through the gate, including Salma. Gom's gonna stay behind to make sure Batan is good. Now when she was running, I'm thinking to myself, who the hell got the baby? As they pretty much dipping off. Gom and Batun go into the commander's office. They're like, man, come on, you gotta get you out of here, man. But he ain't afraid of dying. He ready to seal his fate. Baba gets him out the tent, and as they about to escape, the commander gets done deal deaded, and Gon and Batun got up out of there. These goofy ass niggas dropped their guns and leave. What if they almost got caught? They could at least had a shootout or something, but they dropped their guns. Fucking retarded. Anyway, the girls make it back to their village. Apparently, one of them did have the baby. Then we get this report from CNN saying that 1,000 women were freed by the Nigerian army. When did they do shit? They escaped on their own. Everybody's happy, including Dad's happy that his girl's back. Then when they found out she gave birth to a girl while she was there, Dad gets instantly disappointed. I'm like, nigga, just be happy that your daughter's back. Meanwhile, back at the camp, Baba's got a mission for Lamido. He basically tells him to strap a bomb around his body so he can call himself the suicide bomber and blow up the whole village that the girls escaped to. Meanwhile, Gon and Batan go to Salma's village looking for her. Throughout this time, his dad is pissed off that she's not pure anymore. He doesn't want the baby anywhere near this house. He thinks whoever the baby father is raped her because she was at a prison camp. But she's like, no, the guy was consensual. It was my choice and his. So Gon meets up with one of Salma's friends, and she takes him to Salma. But when they get there, he don't want to hear shit. He's ready to kill them niggas. After they get away, he rounds up the crew ready to get these niggas done. After hearing all this, Salma takes her baby and gets the hell up out of there while it's just her and her mom. Meanwhile, Salma and Gon are getting chased by the whole village. I mean, Gon and Bhutan. Gon hides in one direction, meanwhile, Bhutan's getting chased by the rest of the village. They end up catching him and fucking him up something terrible. Then they caught him, put gasoline on him, and burned him alive. Yeah, your man's done deal, dog. Then the other area, we got Lamido dressed up as an old man, strapping a bomb to him. Shit about to get ugly. Homegirl takes Gon out to this cabin in the middle of nowhere where nobody's gonna look for him. She was able to get Salma and the baby out there too. But now she got dipped for the village start looking for her. Meanwhile, Dad knows they got one, but they gotta get the other. And he is beyond pissed. Now it's to the point where he wants to kill him, Salma, and the baby. It's like, god damn. So while he's rounding up everybody, Lamido's running towards some village. Homegirl come back, tells them they gotta get low, like the niggas about to start coming, Baba and the crew. Then Lamido pops up. He's like, if you value your lives, stay here, don't go back near the village. For some dumbass reason, Gon is trying to stop Lamido from doing something stupid. She's like, look man, forget all that, I need you here, we gotta take care of the baby too. Like, I love you baby, please don't go. But yeah, still his goofy ass dips off. He catches up with Lamido and tries to talk him out of it. Gon's words are falling on deaf ears. He goes into the middle of this random village, blows himself and the village the fuck up. Yeah, baby, everybody got wrecked, including Gon. Done deal, dead. And that's it. I don't know what I just witnessed. Basically some craziness. Voiceless on Netflix. Check it out, like, subscribe, do all that. You know what time it is. So easy, all the easy, missed us. Big, you got them slogan.